In the room. Come on in the room. 131, 113. Bucks lose to the Atlanta Hawks tonight. Hell of a first quarter from the Milwaukee Bucks. And it was downhill from there. 131, 113. Bucks lose it, blown out. Is that 4 games in a row blown out?
Yep.
4 in a row? 4 blowouts in a row?
7 in a row by 18 plus points or more. 7 losses in a row by 18
losses in a row by
points.
18 points. Okay, so when they lose, they get their ass whooped. Okay. Come on in the room. Bucks suck, man. We are live. Cream City Crossover Group Resort.
Chris King.
Justin.
Is a funeral tonight? Is it a funeral tonight? Is the season over?
Yeah.
Season's over, huh?
Yeah.
We're gonna find some black. I'll be right back.
We're done. It's tough, man. That's tough. Jesse, you remember you remember Temptations? When Smokey got on there?
Yeah.
Said really gonna miss you. Really gonna be different without you. Yes, it is. Time's gonna be hard and slow. For the rest of my life, I'm gonna be thinking about you. Yes, I am. Time came when the Bucks had to go. And I'll miss you, my buddy. I'm gonna miss you, my friend. I promise my love for you will never end. That's it, man. It's over. It's over. These motherfuckers suck. It's a wrap. I ain't got nothing for you. I have nothing. I have nothing, and I'm trying. I'm trying to be caught, but it's over, man. Bring out the black. Bring out the casket. I almost wore a suit to this, Justin. I almost wore a suit. I almost put a suit on to come do this show, but I thought it was a little too. It's a little late. If the show had been a little earlier, if this game was a regular 7 o'clock tip, I probably would have went upstairs and put the suit on. I ain't got nothing, man. We can go. I'll do the recap. I'll do a recap. Let me do a recap. Let's do a recap. I mean, how does this happen, man? But again, like Justin before, like you said before the game, or at least you said this before we got on. I'm really not even mad. Tonight was the last stand for the Milwaukee Bucks. You're 5 games back now. The Hornets whooped the dog piss out of the Boston Celtics. You're not catching them, and you can't beat Atlanta. You're not catching them. You're not catching them. Only way. Well, no, I ain't gonna do that. You're not catching them. Game recap tonight. Yeah, you're right. It was a good run. This is the end of an era. And the only question left for this Milwaukee Bucks team, the only question left for this franchise is whether or not we start this new era with Giannis in place, or if we started. Well, I think there's 2 questions, really. Does this era start with Giannis still in place and leading the charge? Or does this era start, or are you starting blank slate? That's the question. The only other question is, when does Doc get fired? Does he get fired tomorrow, or do you wait to the end of the season? I don't know. Those are the only 2 questions left. For this organization, for this team. Is Doc Rivers getting fired tomorrow or after the season? And question 2, is Giannis going to be here for whatever is next? The third thing I'll say moving forward is you look forward for everything that's going on with this roster, everything that's going forward with this organization is, and I said this on Twitter earlier, I don't want to hear none of untouchable mess. Outside of if Giannis wants to stay, that's fine. I don't want to hear none of this. Nobody's untouchable. AJ Green, Ryan Rollins, Ousmane J. I don't care who you are. Nobody is untouchable. Everybody can be touched for the right price. All right. That's out the way on that. Let's recap this thing. Ousmane Dieng, 14-4. Defensively, he was all over the place. I thought he took 14 shots. I mean, my God, man. Gentlemen, this was the season tonight. Tonight was the season. Everything's on the line. Giannis took 16 shots. Your next guy, Ousmane Dieng, who just got here a couple weeks ago, took 14 shots. And again, I don't think he shot the ball, but he was 6 of 14. Cool. Your season is on the line. If you lose tonight, you're going to Cancun. And Ousmane Dieng took 14 shots. That's crazy. Giannis, 24, 5-4, 10 of 15, 2 turnovers. He was rusty too. Second half, Giannis was abysmal. He had 5 points to say. Second half, Giannis was just as bad as the rest of them. And like I said, listen, I'm gonna be critical because that's all I can. I can only talk about what I saw. The hell you throwing the ball to Stanton for? You lumped in you look just as bad as the rest of them in the second half. First half was crazy. Second half, Giannis, if I didn't know that was Antetokounmpo on the back of his jersey, I would have thought you was a scrub. You look just like the rest of them, buddy. You look just like the rest of them sorry motherfuckers. So you don't get no throw the ball. I'm mad. You didn't play all year. And again, I'm just being honest. I'm not talking about everything he's done for his career. I'm not talking about everything he's done for the Milwaukee. I'm talking about right now. You played 31 games, brother. You wasn't in here for the fight. And it wasn't like they was 25-6, which we have a losing record. They are 15-17 or 15, whatever it is in the games you played. You ain't played enough this year and done. And oh, by the way, just gonna call it what it is. You caused dissension in the locker room. You were playing around doing all this mess. You and your agent were driving rumors behind the scenes, all that kind of message that was going on. And again, I want to be very clear. It's nothing about what was going on in the past. We're talking about this. We do a show every night, right, Chris?
Yep.
We do a show every night, right, Justin? So again, if you want me to talk about how great he is, go find clips of there's plenty of clips. Go find them. Go find old shows. We've done almost 300 shows. I think we've done 300-some shows since time we've been doing Creeps in the Crossover. 299 of them are glowing remarks for Giannis. This one, I'm just going to be honest, that second half was bullshit. You throwing the ball to Stanton as if like you were just as bad, brother. 26 minutes and 5 rebounds and you 6'11". You out there rebounding like Moesha. 5 rebounds and you Giannis, you a 7-footer. I know you can jump. You just said, I can't. I'm 100% healthy. 5 rebounds in 26 minutes? Nah, brother. Nah, we ain't doing that. So we'll lump you in with the ass. You were a little bit better ass, but you were ass with him. Miles Turner, always ass. 8 points, 3 rebounds. Hell, man. You talking about we got to talk. And they having a Magic City night. Miles Turner should be up in there shaking. Miles Turner should be up in there shaking. That's how ass he was. 8 points, 3 rebounds. Why the hell do we pay him $100 million? $100 million for you to look like that? And AJ Green, terrible. 7 points, nothing else. Cardio boy. Absolute cardio here with AJ Green. I hate to call people out, but listen, y'all got to stop listening to people on Twitter who post videos and post clips of game film and post advanced metric. All you got to do is have eyes. All you got to do is have eyes. I'm not saying he can't be anything. I'm just telling you, your eyes told you this year he wasn't it. For most parts, this year he wasn't it. He's not good if he's not hitting threes. He's not good if he's not hitting threes. It ain't hard to see. Rollins, 13, 12, and 8, 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 7. He was really good in the first quarter. Again, the first half was from first quarter, great. After that, he had 9 assists in the first quarter, and he had 3 for the remaining 3 quarters. I'm sad we did the whole Rollins KPJ infighting on Twitter. It was unnecessary because neither one of them have right now what it takes to lead a basketball team. great stride. Both of them made great strides. Ryan Rollins made great strides this year. KPJ made great strides. Neither one of them have what it takes right now to lead a basketball team that's going to do something. So the arguments between both, it was pointless. Everybody asked. Jericho Sims, 11 rebounds, 4 points tonight. You know who I give credit to? I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give a game ball out tonight. The only professional in the room, the first DMP of his career from a coach's decision the other night from dumbass Doc. And Kyle Kuzma was the only person who came to play tonight and said, you know what? I just got a DMP CD for the first time in my life. We got blown out. I'm gonna come out and play some basketball tonight and show that I'm a professional. So I give Kyle Kuzma some credit. 7 of 8 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3. Didn't let go of the rope when everything else around him was trash. Bobby Portis 13, 4 and 3. It was a layup line. That second quarter's layup line. Cam Thomas had 11. Pete Nance had 3 points. Thought he was terrible defensively. Dyson Daniels 14 and 10. Jalen Johnson 25 and 9. Jalen Johnson second half was dominant. I mean, I thought he controlled the entire game. Akonwu, I mean, he was shooting warm-up jumpers all night. Neil Alexander, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 23 points. CJ McCollum on Urkelas, 18 and 8. Zachary Richichet, 12. I mean, Zachary Richichet, 4 of 9, 4 of 7 from 3. I'm expecting my 3-point specialist. Like, that's my thing. My 3-point specialist and AJ Green getting outshot by Zachary Richichet. I ain't got nothing, man. That's what I saw, Chris King.
Where'd that boy go to college?
I don't know. I thought he was overseas.
Okay. Sorry. My bad, Chris.
Well, hang on. I do got a couple super chats. Let me get the super chats real quick before we go to Chris King. Steeler Face, super chat.
Wave the white flag.
Yeah, I wish I had one. He says, the Giannis era effectively ended tonight. I know you guys don't believe in sitting Giannis to tank, but it's in the best interest of this franchise. Nothing matters, though, because the hassle. Why? Why do we have to sit Giannis to tank? Why? That we'll lose with him. Nah. Like I said, y'all must not, I don't know. You had them dogs. Now I know some people handle their dogs a little different. Some people handle their dogs different. My dog shitting on the carpet and know you ain't supposed to shit. And we gonna rub your face, your nose gonna be in that damn, your nose gonna be right down there. No. That's how that goes. That's how I raise dogs. So Giannis, they say you can't teach an old dog new trick. We gonna rub your face in this shit too. So nah, big fella, stay your ass out there. We'll lose by 20 with him. It ain't no big deal. He can play. I damn near say we shouldn't fire Doc. I want his old ass to smell that shit on his way out the door too. You don't get out of this. You ain't getting out of this. William Arrange super chat. Surely 4 blowout games in a row when your season's on the line gets you fired, right? These guys are pathetic. Yeah, I mean, like, it's all bad, man. It's all bad. I don't have much, man. I'm out of it, man. I ain't got much, man. We're on to Cancun, on to the offseason. Chris King, what you got?
Yeah, I don't really have too much either. I just would say that, man, I mean, you could see this coming from a mile away. We realistically, after these past 3 games, have kind of just knew this is the way the 4th one was going to end. Like, they showed no signs of real life in the past 4 games at all. Like, you know, they might have fooled us once or twice with a hot start, but you knew that 3.5-minute scoreless stretch was coming right as soon as we got out of halftime. I mean, it was, 71-66? All of a sudden, I'm looking at the score 79-71. Like, it's so unfortunate for Bucks fans, realistically, because we've been jobbed by dumbass Doc for 2.5 years. I remember when we had the hottest offense in the league in his first year, in his first half of a year, and all of a sudden we were still having those same issues, scoring droughts, losing to bad teams, not being able to get Giannis and Dame working when they seemingly were okay with Adrian Griffin. We've had issues now with this dumbass 2-3 zone. They're in that third quarter raining threes like they're in the Middle East right now. Like, that might be insensitive. But seriously, like it was, you get a 3. Ricochet, you get a 3. Who's the big white dude on their team? Jock Landale, you get a 3. Like everybody. Bobby Portis don't play a lick of defense. I'm tired of everybody twerking for Bobby Portis. Like that needs to stop. AJ Green, that needs to stop. I don't even know why I clamored for him being gravitational pull. Like I regret that statement. Gary Trent Jr. was actually playing decent before, the deadline happened and Doc sat him. We barely saw him until garbage time the past couple games. I mean, there's just so many places and it's not GTJ. That's not the reason for our struggles, but like it's all up and down the line. It's Doc Rivers, it's the GM, it's the players, it's the effort, it's the low buy-in, it's the scheme. It's like there's no point in me pinpointing everything right now. I'm just not surprised. There's times in games where I could just expect things to happen, like a 12-0 run, like a scoring drought for 3.5 minutes in the NBA. That's ridiculous. Even Anthony Grant at Dayton doesn't have those droughts. It's like I can't keep going. Go ahead, Justin. And thankfully, Justin won't be optimistic tonight, so I'm happy for that.
Nah, I don't. Normally I push back when y'all get on. Well, I don't. Hey, listen. Goodness gracious. Man. Hey, one quick thing before I get into what Doc said. He probably gonna piss y'all off too. It's all right though, man. Welcome to the funeral, man. Like even I gotta do it. You see, I got my baseball cap on. I got my Wisconsin Herd t-shirt on because that's what we played like tonight. For the gentleman, you want to get to NYC Randy super chat before I go, bro? Sorry.
Yeah, I can do that. We can do that. NYC Randy, another super chat says 22nd offensive rating, but they scored 130 before backups came in on this trash ass Bucks defense. Worst defense in the league. Oh, he's saying Atlanta's offense was 22nd. Yeah, no, I mean, again, that second quarter was we got up 6. That's other thing. We were up 15, 16 points. It wasn't like they just got out the gate and beat us. And we were up 16, and it was so fun when when that layup line started. I was like, "Ooh, this ain't that's interesting because you can get a 15, 14 point lead. It can go away real quick." And the layup line started. The other issue is you had that lineup with no KPJ. Now you have a lineup of Cam Thomas and Kuzma. Those are your ball handlers. And it was, I believe they went, I think Cam had a turnover, then Kuz had a turnover. And it was like 3 bad possessions in a row. And it was layup, 3-pointer, something like that. And I think it was like a 7-0 run. I think we were up 14. It was a 7-0 run. We kind of regrouped before the half to keep ourselves. But again, you should have been up. You should have been up 12 points minimum going into the half. But again, the guys don't care. So they don't care. They at the end of the day, they don't care. But go ahead. Appreciate the super chat.
Who gave the super chat saying that we should rest Giannis?
That was the one from Steeler Face, I believe.
So Steeler Face, homie, you cannot rest Giannis. And here's why you can't rest Giannis, right? I got a 5-year-old that lives with me. Trey, you got young kids. Chris Kings are on the way. Don't worry about it. They coming at some point. You got these young kids who love Giannis and love the Bucks. And that's all they want to see is Giannis play for us. So he has to play. And the reason why, one, he's not going to sit. So that's even mute point right there. But he has to play because there's young kids. Now these tickets are going to be super affordable. So homie from whatever neighborhood you want to say in Milwaukee that could no longer afford those lower level tickets, now they can afford them. So Giannis, like you're right, man. You got your ass in it. You got to get your ass out of it, man. Let's go to Doc, man. Let's piss Chris and Trey off tonight. He said, and this is they asked him a question about Giannis throwing the ball into the basket. I'd rather have the emotions versus non-emotions. We're talking about emotions unraveling. We scored 18 points in the third. Every game we have a quarter that's just like that. We stopped moving the ball. We got stagnant. Downhill effect. One guy went one-on-one, and then it just bled after that. Late clock in the third quarter, meaning that we all got to the third quarter and we got less than 5 seconds on the clock and they start shooting up a bunch of BS. Team hasn't responded to runs. We have to get stops. I don't know what team he was talking about, but he said 13 turnovers led to 21 points. Then he said, but then he went back to the Atlanta Hawks, kept playing in their systems. So I think he was talking about the Hawks early, and then we got out of ours. We may have to play bigger guys. That was when you were talking about those turnovers. Giving up too many points. The bench with the bigs was a plus, he said.
Well, it's funny because they did so the first stint with them was bad. But the second, and so that's the correct. We lost. So it's funny because we lost the lead with them, but they were, throughout the rest of the game, that was the only group that really held their own. So that was interesting.
Starters got off to a great half, and then we went 1-on-1. Tough on Giannis because he knows he's only playing 5 minutes. I can live with us struggling on offense, but you got to get stops on defense.
I mean, a problem all year.
This guy, he's great. Like, I'm about to say mouthpiece, but that's probably a pause. But mouthpiece is crazy with Doc. Everything else is too many wide open threes from overhelping. Can't get caught off the other stuff on the lower threes. We gave him too many corner threes and top threes. I mean, I just saw the offensive rebounding was a problem again. I mean, so let's look at the teams that we're chasing for a second, because I don't even want to talk
We ain't chasing nobody, Justin. It's over.
Well,
we're not chasing nobody.
Right. Just look at the teams that we were chasing, right?
Okay.
Now, you look at this Atlanta team. Mid. Charlotte Hornets are playing their behind off. Great basketball team. The biggest difference between the Atlanta Hawks and the Charlotte Hornets is the coaches. Those coaches are innovative and they bring ideas. Charles Lee, Jason Kidd said this the other night when the Mavericks were playing the Hornets. I know I'm off topic, not talking about Bucks for a second, but just follow me. He said Charles Lee was probably the coach of the year. I sat back and I said, he's probably right. Charles Lee has these guys playing, what I say, Chris King? Above the basketball card, right? Below or above. Charles Lee's guys are playing above the basketball card. Only dude out there for Atlanta. Like, I don't care how much basketball you watch, and you lying if you say you knew more than 4 of them dudes on the court tonight. You only know Urkel because Urkel is the one that destroyed the NBA. But this is just bad. I remember when I would look forward to coming home to watching the Milwaukee Bucks. Chris King, I remember when I used to look forward to watching Marquette or UW Milwaukee. Marquette finally won tonight. Everybody else get cooked, man. Hey, man, it is so tough to be a Bucks fan right now. I'll probably leave my flag up. Or maybe I'll let my 5-year-old choose if he should have the flag up or down tonight, man. We might have to go Carolina Hurricanes or something. But it is just it's an abysmal NYC. Randy, you've been giving us super chats all season talking about this defense. Chris, you alluded to the 2-3 defense, and I just watched them make 3 or 4 warm-up threes, and I'm like, yo, we got to come out of this, right? We're going to come out of this, and we just stay in it. He talked about the 4 big line. I know it was a plus minus, but that's why plus minus is a bunch of BS. Because your plus minus may be better, but them dudes weren't competing. And you know what? We had 4 bigs on the floor, and we were still getting out-rebounded by a bunch of dudes that wanted it more. So I'm just going to say it like this, and I only got to keep it a buck. The Milwaukee Bucks, this Milwaukee Bucks team, the softest Milwaukee Bucks team I've ever seen in my life.
By far.
This is the softest one. Even the 13-win team, Trey, 12-win, whatever it was that got Jabari Parker here, had more heart than these dudes. These dudes, shit goes wrong, we going to piss and cry about it. And don't get me wrong, referees were atrocious tonight. They've been atrocious all year, though. So I guess my question to you two gentlemen, this ain't a real question, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Are the referees, is this an FU to Giannis for not leaving? Is it an FU to Doc Rivers? Or who else is the FU to? But the traveling, the missed foul calls for Giannis. And then Jalen Johnson's a hooper, man. That's all I got. I'm not mad, though. I'm happy.
Yeah, it's just a total. It's just a total disaster of an organization. It was organizational failure. Doc Rivers. It's so funny when you know who Doc Rivers sounds like in his pressers.
Oh,
he sounds like us because Doc Rivers. It's amazing. He can pin. This is how you know he clearly knows something about the game because he watches the game and he points out all the stuff that's gone wrong. Like he knows how to watch a basketball game and tell you this went wrong and that went wrong and I saw that we didn't move the ball, we got stagnant, played 1-on-1, defense was atrocious, The big lineup was good. It's almost like he's being paid to be a fan because he sits back, he watches the game, and then he comes to the press conference and tells you what happened. But for some reason, after the press conference and after all of that, when you get to implementing whatever your supposed strategy is supposed to be to get the guys going so they can fix and correct whatever these issues are, when does that clearly doesn't happen? Because he said the same thing for the last how many times? He said the exact same thing. So I mean, we're watching him tell us what's wrong with the team. Sir, your job is to fix it. Your job is to get the guys going, to figure this out, and he cannot do it. For it's tough to watch, man.
Yeah, it's a sign
tough to
of
watch. Go ahead.
it's a sign of an undisciplined basketball team, realistically. Like, if you can't nut up and play some damn man-to-man defense, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? This looks like a damn AAU team at the 5th grade level. Like, guys are just out there just playing zone. Like, what? Every team we've been beat by that, I mean, and it's been a lot of them this year, it seems like they just have the effort, they have the buy-in, they understand their rotations, they understand that you've got to play with effort, you've got to play with a physicality, you've got to play man-to-man defense to be successful, to get out in transition, to do some of these things, to not have to rely on slow half-court possessions all the time where the ball just sticks and the ball doesn't move, and it hasn't been fixed. It hasn't been fixed, and it's not only realistically, like, it's not only just the defensive part. It's just the whole team as a whole, offensively, defensively. Just that's how I would categorize it, as just very undisciplined basketball team.
Raphael for call, y'all. He said Kirk didn't die for this.
So first of all, yeah, because I was about to get to do it too, because we out of pocket tonight, man. If you gonna come with the dumb shit, we gonna bring it. So Raphael for call, y'all, you're a hoe. You should go ahead and boot dude. Bucks never ran the East. KD stepped on the line. Like, man, get that bullshit out of here. We ran the East. Giannis the best player. Raphael for call. Go trip on a rake and pick your nuts up. Pick your, like my grandson says, pick your diabolicals up. Hoe ass dude. What we talking about, Doc Rivers? I don't know. Fire him too. Like, it's just, I'm tired of it, man. Hey, I hope you make the Hall of Fame, Doc, but you got to go, bro. Like, you just have to go. There's no effort here. There's no nothing. And you could tell me in the post game. And did y'all see who Giannis went and talked to on the bench? He wasn't going over strategy when we were down 14.
Who was talking to?
He's talking to Darvin. If that's the case, just make Darvin the coach.
Darvin ain't helping this either, though. It's bigger than I honestly. I don't want to see anybody, and it's probably not right. I don't want to see anybody who is associated with this team back. And it ain't Vin Baker's fault. Sorry, Vin, you got to go too. I don't want to see Vin Baker. I don't want to see the training staff. I don't want to see the equipment man. I don't want to see none of them. I'm a fan of John Horn. I really don't want to see him either. I want everybody gone. That's what I want. That's what I want. Because you can't. I don't know how you come back from this without cleaning. I don't know how you come back from this without cleaning house and cleaning everybody up out of there and basically starting it over.
Can I say one quick thing? And I'm sorry, man. I'm out of pocket tonight. COVID ring when everybody was hurt. Thought that shit was sweet. All right, dog. Like, I agree with. Look. I finally agree with Mark Gomes. You got to keep Finn, though, man.
Get Lisa up out of there. Lisa can go. Wes can go.
Chill out, yo.
Okay.
Hey, I hope Doc makes the Hall of Fame. I really do. And I hope he rides off to the sunset. Because I do think at one point in his career, he's a Hall of Fame coach. But right now, where we are in the year of our Lord 2026, he ain't it no more. Love him to death. And this is why, and the stuff that we talked about with him pointing out stuff in the press conference that we all saw, that's why he's better at being a consultant. Hey, coach, whatever, did you see this? Did you see that? And for those players that ran Dr. Griffin out of here so quickly, maybe y'all should have just chilled out for a second. You thought you thought that grass was greener on the other side. Now we over here on that 27th and Center Street grass. It's all mud. If you from the mill, you know what it is. Ain't no grass over there. Still ain't.
SA Fall 2055. I think he's right. He said you guys said 3 games ago this is Giannis' best supporting cast as a Buck. I think that quote did come out. That's the funny part. But
He's right too. Hey, look, dog. Hey, listen. Let me drink some of this real quick. You know what this is? It's Milwaukee Bucks Kool-Aid. Let me drink a little slurp of this. Bucks gonna piss y'all off too, because they're gonna miss a play in by 1 game. They're gonna miss it by 1 game. That's what's gonna happen.
That would piss me off. But here's the thing. They're not. That's giving them to. They're not. They're not. I'm resigned. They're not. They're not going to. Because that would, if they got that close, it would give me some kind of hope again. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. I'm not getting suckered in. They got a week schedule coming up too. Let me see the Bucks schedule.
They about to win like 8 out of 9.
It's funny that actually would be what happens. But I mean, they got this week schedule. They got Jazz, Magic, Suns, Heat, Hawks, Pacers, Cat. You're not doing this. You're not coming anywhere close. And I'm not even gonna sit there and put that in my head. They'll beat the Jazz, I think, but they're not gonna. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. NYC Randy Super Chat says one mistake so bad because it's top 3 player in the league. Just by far in the world worst spot. Just by far in the worst spot out of the 3. I don't trust us building contender. And we're drafting another bust. Doc probably stays as well. Let me shift the conversation just a second for because I think this is an interesting one. Let me ask where you guys are. Because we've had this conversation before, but now we're essentially saying, hey, season's dead. It's over. I'll address 2 parts. The Doc Rivers part. I don't think Doc is back. I really don't. I don't think he's back no matter what. But have you guys changed your thoughts or your feelings on? Do you think at this point it's in the best interest? Because I think we've always, at least on this program, we've always been, it's in the best interest of the organization to keep Giannis for the most part. I think that's where we've kind of stood. And then, if Giannis wants out or it's not working, cool. Have you changed your thought process, or do you think it's in the best interest of the organization to say, you know what, let's move on from Giannis and let's start fresh and try to get what we can, draft pick, all this, and figure this. Like, what is your approach right now? What is your thought process right now on Giannis returning?
I think it would have to be get Kawhi Leonard out of LA. However you can do that, that would be the only move I think that would be appealing enough to keep Giannis and be worth keeping Giannis at that point, because I do think those two could do something really special, and it hides a lot of the ugliness at the end of the bench. But in my opinion, I don't really think it's in the best interest to keep Giannis at this point, solely because I think what you're getting with Giannis, you don't know what is going to happen down the line in a couple of years with regression, with injuries, with having to pay him another supermax. Like, is that in the best interest of the Milwaukee Bucks organization? Hell no, because I don't believe that they have the pieces to build around him at this age now. Like, I don't believe there's guys around the bench that could possibly come back. You're hooked on Miles Turner. Like, I just don't see a world where they can realistically build a contender around him anymore at this point. So there's no reason to pull out all the stops, lose the little assets that you have to try to make this team a contender again, where realistically it's not going to happen.
Before you go, Justin, I do want to, there's a couple super chats, and then there was one comment I wanted to address as well. Where the guy says, Clayton Landon says, if the Sixers can keep Embiid, we keep Giannis. Are y'all crazy? One, on that comment, the Sixers should have moved on from Embiid a while ago. They didn't do it. The second piece on that is Embiid. I don't know what Embiid's value really is once he got hurt again, there was a moment where you could have traded him when he was having chronic injuries, but he was still playing. And I think he just won an MVP, I think maybe won MVP or was coming off the MVP, whatever it was. And you should have, maybe it was the year after, they should have traded him. They didn't do it. And then he got like hurt again. He's missed time. Like, I don't know now. Like, I don't think Embiid right now, I don't think he has a very high value. I don't think you could get, well, I kind of like Anthony Davis. Maybe you could get something. You could get something for him, but his value is not as high as like what Giannis would be, number one. And that's just due to all of the injuries that he's had. I think also if you are Philly, I don't know when Embiid comes up for a contract again, but I bet you can get him probably on a bargain, because whenever he comes up again, because he's probably thinking, I'll just take whatever money you can give me if it's less. Same with a Trae Young, which I think it was reported that Trae Young, not because of injury, because of play, Trae Young out in Washington, they're saying he might go for $30 million a year, which Trae Young for a max, hell no. Trae Young, if I could do 3 years, 90, I'd do 3 years, 90, 3 years, 95 on Trae Young. Like, that's a more appropriate number than anything else. All right, but anyway, I just want to address that first. And let me get to the super chats really quick. We got one from NYC Randy. He says, I've lost all faith on all things Bucks. Don't see it getting fixed. Failed on every level this year. You made the season worth it. Appreciate you. NYC, to that point, here's the only thing I'll say on that, NYC. I hear you. But this second apron and the apron in the NBA has changed everything. I would tend to agree with you. It can't be fixed. You can't. I would actually agree with that it's going to take a long time. But with this apron, they have changed it. You can get competitive real quick. I'll give you a second reason as to why. How many teams we see tank this year? 10? 10 teams were tanking before the damn All-Star. That will, unless Adam Silver does something drastic in the offseason, that will happen again. So you can, because of both the apron and because teams are going to tank, you can very quickly now change over roster and ascend. And what I've said this before, we don't talk about it as much, but we said this before. You say it all the time on T's and Q's. You say it all the time on different shows. In the NBA, if you have a team that plays, that's the Hornets right now. That's the Phoenix Suns, right? If you have a team that if you play hard and beat the teams like those tanking teams, beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and win the games you're supposed to win at home, you'll win 40 games and be right there. You can win 40 games. If you have a halfway decent roster and your team plays hard as nails every single night, you will win 40 games in the NBA. Guaranteed. Especially in the East. And then one more super chat here. Steeler Face says, only thing that can fix this franchise is bring back the Mecca Arena for next year. All we need for the vibes. We need something. I don't know, vibes, different floor. But the Bucks definitely need something. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Justin.
Nah, because UW Milwaukee definitely not using that Mecca, because the way we got cooked tonight by Detroit Mercy, just God almighty, man. But anyways, so do I think it's time to trade Giannis? I think y'all know what I'm gonna say anyways. But it's gonna be a no for me. So, but the reason why it's not a no for me, because I remember those 50 years in between. Not all 50 of them, but a good amount of them. I mean, you know, those Ricky Pierce, Sidney Moncrief years were great. For a second in the late 80s, those Ray Allen, Big Dog, and Sam Cassell years were good. And then we brought in Larry Drew and we brought in Jabari Parker, Giannis, and all. I'm afraid to go back to that, because you know what? The next time we recover from that, Chris King might be somebody's papa. He might be a whole granddad on here like I am now, doing the show and like, man, cussing people out and calling them hoes. Because, hey, man, let me tell y'all something in the chat real quick. Let me pause my thought for a second. Stop going back and forth with this Pacer fan in the chat. He a hoe. The Pacers are hoes. And the Indianapolis Colts, you hoes. You put a transition tag on your quarterback. You about to lose your best receiver. Man, get the hell out of here with all this dumb shit. Yo, loser ass. All right, that's the only thing I'm going to say to him. King of Kings, go to hell with Detroit Mercy. But, you know, I rock with you. So, but am I trading Giannis? Nah, dog, I can't trade him. But my question for y'all two gentlemen, what was the trade for John Morant that we turned down? Was it Ryan Rollins? Is that what we paused on? Because we should have got whatever Ja, and I don't think he's the best player in the league, nothing like that. But Ja in Milwaukee with Giannis is marketability, and it's great. You bring Ja in. I'm not even opposed to being Kawhi in. You can get him Kuz, you can get him Bobby. There's nobody on this roster outside of 34 that I feel should ever move. I mean, if they do move it because of where I'm born, where I was raised, I'm gonna stay right here with them.
Staying intact. I'm with you. I don't think. Let me say this. I'm with whatever Giannis wants to do. If Giannis wants to leave, I ain't gonna hold him hostage. If he wants to leave, you get as big a package as you can get. Pause. And you take that and see what you can do. Honestly, Justin, I probably would have been in favor of John Morant, but we probably would have been chasing fool's gold with John Morant. We probably like with the way this team is, I don't think John Morant would have saved anything. I think would have looked better, but I don't think I really Derek Clay says that was a miss. I don't know. I really don't know.
So if we had Ja on this team, and when was that trade deadline? Was a couple weeks ago? Where we are now, how much different do you think this record would be?
I can't. I really can't answer it with how bad we were. I want to say maybe we'd be closer to 500, but because Giannis just got back a couple games, so it'd have been Ja without. It'd have been without Giannis. Now again, now for what it's worth, they did rattle off 8 of 10 before losing the last 4. So I don't know because it's hard. It's really hard to say because they came out right before the All-Star break and then right after, guns blazing. Like you would have thought, like, oh, this team is running. That's when we were. Well, we say this is the best supporting cast he had, right? And yeah, I think you would want to say it, but yeah, I mean, they did rattle off 8 of 10, but so I don't know that. So I guess my thing is I don't know that Ja would have made that any better, and I don't know that the 4 we just lost in a row. I don't know that he changes that. I can't say. I really can't say, and I can't say it because what we don't do is what good teams do. And good teams, I don't think it matters if it's John Moran or like good teams move the ball. Good teams play team defense. Good teams are always in their sets and they make their defense assignments. We still would have been that stupid ass zone. I don't know that it would have made any difference. I think you might have just been holding the bag with the player that makes $40 million, however much John Morant makes, and you're probably sitting on that as well as trying to answer these Giannis questions. But to answer it, no, I probably wouldn't get rid of Giannis if he didn't want to go. I'd offer him the 270, 4 years, 270. If he takes it, we play on. If he doesn't, then like I said, you figure this thing out. And someone said, "Oh, it's been 50 years to get a championship." Maybe, but I do think you can get competitive. I do think you can get competitive semi quickly. And again, I hope we don't have a franchise in Jimmy Haslam and Wes Edens that is like, you know what, let's do a full rebuild and we're gonna be tanking for 2 and 3 years. Like I can't do it. I can't. I'm telling you, I just went through it with the Panthers where we were. It is to your point, just that stuff is not fun. It is not fun. It ain't cool. What's from an Indy, whatever. I know you know. I know y'all know what that's about. Because I'm sorry, Colts was ain't got nothing but what's my man name? What's the running back? John said, "Oh yeah, y'all ain't got nothing but Big Sig and whatever perks they were doing. The Pops was doing all the drugs he had going on in that facility." So
You
I know
can't
y'all
talk
know what
about
it's
the
about.
dead man, bro.
It's the truth. I'm just telling you, there was a lot of drug activity going on with old buddy. So I'm not surprised the daughter
Welcome
thinks
to
she can.
Naptown.
I ain't surprised the daughter thinks she can stand on the sideline and pretend like she a coach either. So
Chris, you in agreement? Ja don't do nothing for us either.
Yeah, our issues are so top to bottom that I mean, yes, he would have better, consistency. I would say as a guard than Ryan Rollins and KPJ have shown throughout this stretch. I would find it hard to see what happened at the deadline and see a real game changer like in one player. I don't think it would have happened.
yeah. For what's worth, I can confirm that Todd Merrill he's not a bot. That is a real person. Not from Milwaukee. I think he's well, I can tell where he's from. Let me mess up. He in Wisconsin though.
Todd good money, man. He just, hey, look, man. The one thing about the CCC, man, this is why we the best goddamn Bucks post game show, because you can disagree with us all day. You just can't come with no dumb shit talking about Peyton Pritchard is a great basketball player. Hey, but real quick, Jay Billis tonight was absolutely excellent, man.
I thought he
for a
was
guy-
too. Thought he was too.
For a guy that doesn't like some of the broadcasters of opposing teams, some of the national folks, or whatever the case may be. Shout out to the Falls, Todd Merrill. You live right next door to the pipe bomb. But he put it in the chat, so I said it. But I thought that the biggest thing that I took away from Billis tonight, he talked about it several times. Milwaukee has to swing the ball and get that reverse swing. And we did it for a while, and then we just stopped doing it. And I don't understand that. It's as simple as the three of our eyes, JT's eyes at the crib, all of you in the chat's eyes. We know we got a reverse swing, and we know we got to move the ball, and it can't stay stagnant. But our beloved Marquette legend, Hall of Famer this year, we're going to speak it into existence for him. He comes on the post game every day and talks about the ball gets stagnant. Well, when is the ball going to stop getting stagnant? And if it's Jaeger and if it's Buckner, hey, man, get your ass out of Milwaukee, too.
I agree. I did think Jay Bills. I thought he did a really good job tonight, especially for a national broadcast. He was exceptional. Thought he pointed out all of the Bucks' flaws and their issues. In a respectful way, in a way that made sense. And again, there's a lot of stuff we say on this program as well. NYC Randy Super Chat says, if you are a Bucks fan, trading Giannis is stupid. We don't own our picks. Only GA fans want him traded because they don't care about the Bucks' future. I would agree with a lot of that, NYC. I would say that, yeah, if you notice the way I even framed, is trading Giannis in the best interest? Is it in the best interest? Is it in the question itself? Is it in the best interest of the franchise? Because I'm not interested in, like, these people be like, oh, well, it's if Giannis deserves. I'm not interested in what he deserves. I'm not interested in what you think he deserves or what he should get, or he should have the opportunity to compete for championship. That's not my concern. My concern is what's in the best interest of the Milwaukee Bucks, and how can the Bucks, what gets the Milwaukee Bucks closer to a championship. And I would say you're closer to championship with Giannis on the roster than with Giannis off of the roster. But again, it's going to be a tumultuous offseason. And we'll see where this thing lands. And again, I just don't know if we're going to be able to convince Giannis. I have especially with all that happened this season, I do feel it's going to be tough, I think, to convince him that, yeah, this direction makes sense and that we can do it. Again, because if he wants to leave, he wants to leave. You can't, because it will be in the best interest of the franchise to trade him if he's telling you, I'm not signing 4 years, 275. If he's not doing that, you can't let him walk for free as a free agent at the end of the year.
I signed that junk yesterday.
M. Foster says they should have hired Terry Stotts. Hell,
no.
Terry Stotts and James Morton. Griffin. Let me tell you, I'm not gonna be long on this, but I've talked about it at length before. Griffin didn't run him off. What happened was Adrian Griffin didn't know him. So when you have an organization that hires an assistant coach who the head coach doesn't know, again, you can't. It was stupid for the organization to hire him. That was just an insane move to tell people who he's going to be in your. Because again, it's almost like you got somebody babysitting him, and you just brought this dude in as a rookie head coach, and then you gonna put like a ready-made guy to replace him. Again, you talk about someone who ran somebody off. Remember, they tried to do that with Jason Kidd in Brooklyn, and they tried to bring in Lawrence Frank. And Jason Kidd was like, hey, and now Jason Kidd ran Lawrence Frank off for real. That's not what happened though here.
Just for all y'all in the chat and all y'all that's gonna watch this on Twitter.
And they should have just let him. And that's the thing. You should let the guy figure it out. That's all.
I just want to say one quick thing. Sorry, Chris. I just want to say one quick thing. If you are in the Milwaukee area right now and you can get Bucks tickets on pennies to the dollar and see Giannis Antetokounmpo play basketball, and I'm not saying he's going anywhere else because I'm gonna speak this into existence. I learned that when I got out here with Trey and them Southern folks. Giannis is gonna retire a Buck, but what has to change with Giannis? We gotta have a come to Jesus meeting too. You can't pull these strings because we've been following your strings for a while, and them strings haven't got us to where we need to go. So everybody needs to come back to the drawing board. And is Horst the right guy? I don't know. Because the only thing, and Chris, I know you about to chop me. The only thing about Horst that I really question, how many of these decisions are truly his and how many are the coaching staff or the owners, because we know one thing we know for a fact, Jason Kidd had a strong affinity for DJ Wilson, and that's why he's drafted to the Milwaukee Bucks.
It's a valid point about how much control John Horst actually has in the organization. And we know stuff has shifted away from him. Remember, he was trying to get to Detroit, and they blocked it. Because I think he sensed that he was losing some organizational control. So I wouldn't be, like I said, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at anything. I wouldn't be surprised if Horst isn't here next year. I wouldn't be surprised if Doc isn't here. I wouldn't be surprised at all if Giannis isn't here. That's just the way it goes. It is getting late, 1 a.m. on the Eastern Coast here. Y'all want to just go to y'all want to go to Twitter and start to wrap this thing?
Yep.
Because King got to teach them kids in the morning. Y'all not going to be holding down his evening talking about this bullshit all night. That's what he told you. He said it's over.
All right, let's do it here. At Todd Merrill, who was in the chat as well, says the rest of the season, develop Nance, Rollins, Jericho, Jang. Offseason, trade everyone, including Giannis. Shame we couldn't have traded Giannis for Jalen Johnson. At Ellis is ready, says it feels like I'm back in 2012 with this organization. At Trey Day 608 says tell Mallory Edens I miss her. End of an era, RIP. At JR Horva says, is there anything here to work with? Need a new GM before we go into the draft? Can we get a couple ones and a decent starter for 34? Minnesota might be able to partner with McDaniels and Reed for 2 ones. At this point, take it. Get what you can for Kuz and Turner. He's fresh into the offseason here. At Gab RMJ32 says Doc isn't trying to win games at this point. Playing Green over Trent Jr. is criminal. Man, we get to the point now people are asking for Gary Trent Jr. over AJ Green. That's how you know it's rough. And playing a 4 power forward lineup for how many minutes? Fire this guy immediately. Our guy Willie Lindquist says Bucks literally didn't give an F tonight. I'm getting sound like Doc. And it was a disaster. Sad, but time to clean house and start over. Go Bucks. At Monacore says this clown show is finally over. Team is completely soft at the 2 and 5 positions. I'd have taken another year of Brook Lopez over Turner. And I've been saying forever that Green is not a starter either. Couple more here. At Big Stepper for Life says, okay, Streets need a generational rant from you. Please cook these gutless losers. Every single one, from the front office to the coaching staff to the roster. And then last one here, at Steve236911 says, realistically, what kind of dirt does Cock Rivers have on this team? Because how in the absolute hell has he not been fired? That's Twitter. Anything there that catches your attention? And Twitter is just like a lot of people upset.
I can't push back on anybody. You're justifiably right to be upset, and you should be upset. Because start of this year, when you looked at this roster on 2K, this should be a top 7-8 team in the East. At a minimum, like you said, Trey, you play hard, you win 40 games. How many wins we got?
Say again, we were where?
How many? Start of this year, you play 2K. This team should be a top 6 team in the East.
Sure.
You said you play hard, you get 40 wins.
Yeah.
How many wins do we have now?
We're at 26.
I rest my case, counselor.
The only thing I'd say is I've seen a lot of stuff talking about the roster, and it's like, I mean, I think everybody on the program knows that the roster's ass. And I think the reason we got to hold Doc accountable is because, yeah, the roster's ass, but this isn't some new thing that just started this year. Like, he was realistically ass when he took over for Adrian Griffin. And last year was, I get there was a lot of injuries and stuff, but last year was not like anything eye-opening. So I think that it's justifiable to not only hold the roster to the fire, but hold the guys accountable that are at the front of, that are at the helm of the team, like Horst and Doc.
Yeah, listen, heads should roll over this because we saw a Boston team come in yesterday or the other night with a terrible. I mean, that roster was terrible. No, guys were out. Obviously, you don't have Tatum. You didn't have Jaylen Brown. You have Peyton Pritchard and on the board, and they went through and beat us down. You have plenty of teams that don't have the talent and that aren't that good or whatever that, to me, play a better brand of basketball than them. Am I still? Did something happen?
Nah, you good.
Oh, you can hear me? I don't know.
They could hear you, but your camera disappeared for a second. It's all good.
It's still gone?
It's back. No, it's back. It's back.
Okay. I don't know what's happened.
Oh, they on Time Warner Cable. Like, it's an organizational flaw from the top to the bottom. And everybody's to blame. And if you're, no strays back. If you're walking in here and you're not going to hold Giannis accountable, or you're not going to hold Ryan Rollins accountable, or you're not going to hold Bobby Portis accountable, or Usman Ding, or whoever the case may be, this is top to bottom. It's a problem. And right now, we're one of the worst teams in the NBA. I know you got a bunch of teams trying to lose, but we're also not trying to hoop. And that's the biggest problem as a Bucks fan, man. You just can't not try to hoop.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys missed. What I was saying there. Only thing I was saying was that I think with a different coach, you would have seen some different results. I would have liked to see it modern coach, modern NBA, and I think that would have. I think that would have helped. Again, I don't think the Bucks would have been world beaters like of any kind, but I think you would have seen something different, and I hope that's what I hope that's what you see. Moving forward. Let's see here. I told you I was gonna do my game ball. I was gonna go to Kuz. So I am gonna give Kuz a game. This is the first time in a I don't know that I've done this yet on this program where I gave a losing player a game ball, but I'm gonna give it to Kyle Kuzma for coming out after the DNP and not letting that affect him and being one of the only guys I thought that played a solid game start to finish. Kyle Kuzma gets my game ball, 16, 2 and 2. He was 7 of 8 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3. He was a +2 on the night. So Kyle Kuzma gets my game ball, a.k.a. Killer Kuz, a.k.a. I still see you, Kyle, a.k.a. Enjoy your last time, some of the last times you have in Milwaukee, a.k.a. Take a spot of Kyle with you. That's all I got. Any y'all doing game balls or y'all gonna let him ride?
I gotta go with man, I hate giving it to somebody else, man. I really do, but Jalen Johnson's just a monster.
Yeah.
And I feel like he did everything. And even in the first half, when his offense was allegedly off, he found a way to get other guys involved. Like, he's just a profound basketball player out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a.k.a. Great Garden, Shaka Smart. What the hell y'all doing letting this dude walk? A.k.a. who gives a damn about COVID? He can hoop. A.k.a. certified all-star. A.k.a. like he told y'all before, don't sleep on Wisconsin. We hoop out there too.
Well, realistically, I don't know how I was thinking of this, but Milwaukee could have 2 guys on Team USA's roster in 28 if you count Khan. He might be able to get a spot there. And that's going to be an interesting Olympics because that's obviously, I mean, maybe KD plays because he's the greatest greatest basketball Olympian of all time. But outside of that, those like Avengers are gone. So it'll be on the young boys to try to go get a gold in LA 28 with Ant. Jalen Johnson might probably make the team. So
I think that, the way they play, I think they could definitely do it. Yeah, I could definitely see KD, and if he's still rolling, playing well, and making that team. But yeah, you got Ant, you got Jalen Johnson, Conker Nipples definitely going to be up in there. Cooper Flag. It's going to be a lot of young players. I think Team USA they'll be just fine in 2028. And then your boy, I mean, he's playing. Isn't he was on the USA team, right?
I don't think he was.
I don't think so.
He wasn't. He wasn't.
He was.
He was.
Nah,
he wasn't. Where he from? He was hooping in the what's the name?
He's from the States.
In the All-Star.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's also like, damn, only like Jokic and those guys, Giannis. Those guys
Durant from Pennsylvania. He could be on the USA team.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could be. I thought you were asking if he was on it.
I think.
But I was asking if he was on. I'm talking during. I was talking about during All-Star. I remember he was hooping during All-Star. When it was on the he should be on that team too in 28.
Yeah, I feel like realistically the only competition might be Canada and France. That'll be it.
Yeah,
I think because I think Jokic and Giannis they're going to be a little. I mean, they have no supporting cast anyway, but like that will be the year if the USA is going to continue another 20-year dominance.
And the funny thing about, like, again, I see so many games where, and I'm not saying, so Wemby's dominant. Wemby dominates in a lot of different ways. He can, but when you don't have a supporting cast that can hold you down, like I don't know how much he's gonna have what all they're gonna have for Team France. And it's all on you to where he from? Oh, he from France. Okay, well, they might have something going there. But when you they
got no point guard, that's their issue.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah. Well, like it works with that Spurs team, but when if I gotta rely on him to give me 25 every, like I don't. How much? What is he average? What is Wemby average? Points wise,
I'm gonna say 18 and some change because he spends more time in the locker room than on the floor.
He actually averages 23.
So he gets 25 in Euroball.
Yeah. So I say, but I think if you really need like 25, 30, and they play less. They don't play 12 minutes, do they? 10. In FIBA 10. See, if I like need 25 from him Like I don't know that he can always do it. I don't know that he can. I know he's going to impact the game in a lot of different ways. I don't know that I can always like, hey, I need 30 from you tonight, and I don't know that he can. I don't know that he's not. Let me say he's not that yet. He's not that yet, and I can't wait to see these playoffs though. And when teams really get like, I think these playoffs this year are going to be so good. When teams are, and I think the coaches are good. I can't wait to see these matchups and how they break down and when they really start to isolate because every time you find out what are your flaws, how can I exploit you, and I think it's gonna be fun, really fun to watch. All right, Chris, did you have a game ball? Did you do a game ball? Or you
no game ball? Home.
Taking it home. All right, I'm with it.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Go ahead.
Mark Gomes, agree with you earlier. Then you got to give this resident geek comment because you're a geek. JJ shot 7 for 17 in 36 minutes and wasn't on the minutes restriction. Not a great game for him. Watch the goddamn basketball game, dog. Like, just watch the game. He was limited. The Bucks sent their whole defense to him, and he found a way to impact the basketball game. And then took over in the second half when, air quote, the game was online when we were down 7. Like, it's not just about the box score, dog. Like, if you watch that basketball game, Jalen Johnson was the best player on the floor, and I know Giannis was there. How about that?
Yeah, I agree. I thought Jalen Johnson had a lot of moments, especially in the second half, where he just took over the game from a passing perspective. I thought he hunted mismatches well. I said that's the thing about AJ Green is teams. I don't care, and that's what I've been telling you all the time. I don't care what numbers say. I don't care what advanced metrics say. I don't care what stats say. I don't care what none of that says. Teams, when they come out, they will. The scouting report will tell you what they think about your guys. And you can give me any metric you want to give me. Teams routinely come out and go, I think the easiest way to score is to get switches and to get us onto AJ Green and to try to play him and beat him one-on-one. That's just what they do. That's what teams do every single night. Now, sometimes it works, sometimes don't, but they're telling you that despite whatever kind of metric you got telling you he's a decent defensive player, the coaches, and we all talk about, this coach runs circles around Doc. They run circles. Well, one of the ways they run circles is, I think we can exploit AJ Green. They come out every single game and do it. So the scouting report will tell you what teams think of how you are. One more I want to answer before we is Todd Merrill said, do you guys actually think the Bucks would be better with better coaching? Maybe marginally, but the team is flawed. I disagree. I do think they would be better with better coaching. I think again, I think it used to be. I think the NBA used to be a place where coaches where coaches didn't matter as much, and their biggest thing was relationships and making sure that people were happy and the stars. I think post probably, I don't know, 2015, 2014, sometime around last 10 to 15 years, I think that has really started to shift where it's really like you can really be I think relationships still do matter, but you can be a floor raiser as a coach. I really do think that some of it you just go to Charlotte. Just go to Charlotte. And again, I know they have some really good young talent, but it wasn't too long ago. Like, can't forget, people, and maybe even myself included, was LaMelo Ball is not a winning player. That was the knock on him. That was the knock. He's not a winning player. So you can't then flip it after they start winning and go, oh yeah, LaMelo Ball is great. No. Something had to shift in that thought process. Moussa Diabate is not some world beater. I promise he's not. He has a high motor and he goes after every single rebound, every single loop. But like, coach, for whatever reason, he comes out and plays hard for that coaching staff. Brandon Miller's a good all-around player. I think Knipple. I think if you put Con Knipple in Milwaukee's offense, I don't think it would look the same. I don't think it would.
Hey, can I ask you just 2 quick questions, man? One. So no, not a question. One thing and then a question. So I think if Darvin Ham's the coach of this basketball team, we're a top 16. Start to finish. I think
don't think
Darvin Ham,
Darvin Ham's no great coach either, but go ahead.
he may not be a great coach, but he's light years in front of Doc because he can relate to these guys. I also feel like I wanted to ask y'all a question. Is there anything AJ Green can do in this offseason to make him a better basketball player, to make him more playable on the floor? We understand that the shooting is the only thing that he has, but the other intangibles, can he improve on them at all in the offseason?
Yeah, he's got to be more consistent, and I think defensively he's got to find a way to defend without fouling. He's got to figure that out on his own. But I think the other thing he can do is he's got to be able to step up his playmaking ability too. I think we've seen flashes of it, but being able to really be a player that, again, I'm not saying he's gonna be able to drive into the hole and cut back and dunk. I'm not saying he's gonna, but can you be a player to where you got to be more than gravitational pull and I'm hitting threes when I'm open. Like every now and then he'll step in, he'll give you a pump and step in, and that's got to be a part of his game. Like I don't think he'll ever be a 3-level scorer because he's never gonna be able to get to the hole at will like that. But you could be a 2-level. You can get to the mid range, and I think you can put a mid range in your game and a 3-point shot in your game. And then I think, like I said, you can be a better facilitator too. And I think, and just being overall more consistent, I think that would help.
Yeah, to me, it's just the consistency because there's plenty of instances I can point to where it's just that big shot, he's wide open, and it doesn't go down. And we've seen him make tough shots throughout his career, but for example, tonight when it's 71-71, you ain't put the ball in the basket 3.5 minutes, and you get a wide open three in the corner, like that's got to go down. It's got to go down, and it didn't. And there's been times this year where it just hasn't gone down, and it's unfortunately cost us a lot of momentum in a lot of games. So it's the consistency, I think, that needs to improve.
It's funny because I was just thinking about, I think he is, you look at his numbers and his 3-point percentage is going to be, it's going to be high. But it's funny. He's not a streaky shooter. He is an extended streaky shooter because it's like his streaks don't like, streaky shooters are like good for a week. They off for 3 days and they good for another 2 weeks and they bad for a week here. He's more like, I'm good for 2 months and I'm dog shit for a month. Like his streaks are so volatile, but they last so long on both in both ways. All right. At last, Mark Goes says Charlotte's still in 10th place. We don't know if LaMelo's going to play. You're not, again, maybe because I'm in Charlotte, I kept up a little more. They had a ton of injuries to start the season. Their starting lineup now is, I believe, 19-2. The start lineup they're using right now for the season is 19-2. So it's just the fact they just couldn't start. They just weren't together as a unit because they had remember Melo Ball's had chronic ankle injuries and he was hurt in and out the lineup. Huh?
Hitting people in Uptown.
Hit Brandon Miller had injuries to start the season. Miles Bridges was they've had a ton of different injuries as well. And again, and their intent, because they've over the last couple months or whatever before the All-Star break, they started rolling and they haven't lost. And they are a team that, if you look at the standings right now, Charlotte, oh wow, they're gonna be the 6th seed. They're gonna be the 6th seed. Wow, I didn't realize it was
That's just a comment from someone that just doesn't watch the entire NBA. Like, if you've watched the Charlotte Hornets hoop and you've watched them play, like, they started 10 games under 500 and they're a game above right now. And by the way, they just went to Boston and beat the Celtics team with their guy that sat out against us. He rested to play them.
Yeah, and that's what's man. No strays worrying about us. Y'all just lost to the damn Hornets with Jaylen Brown and all them. But y'all should be worried. But yeah, I didn't realize they made up this much ground. Charlotte it's crazy. Charlotte is closer to the 5 seed than we are to the 10 seed. So they are going. I can almost guarantee you they're gonna get 6. They're not gonna be in the play-in. They're gonna get to 6.
Mark, you don't watch every game. You don't. Because you just made that dumbass comment about and I hate I gotta keep addressing you, dog, but like we already told you, man. Well, not we. I already told you, you a hoe. You a hoe. You just a hoe. Like, you talk this dumb shit. Oh, I'm unbiased. I don't watch this. But you stay swinging from Giannis nutsack. Like you a Giannis dick rider. Like, what are we talking about? Everything Giannis do is the greatest thing ever. Oh, the Hornets aren't that good. They're just a 10 seed. Yeah, I know. They started 12 games under 500, and now they're a game above. And like Trey just told you, they're on the doorsteps of the 5 seed. By the way, Charles Lee coaching his ass off.
Charles Lee, I wish you, man. I'm not joking. I wanted him to be the Bucks coach so bad, man. Didn't he go to
Boston?
He went to Boston. Yeah, he went to Boston.
Like, get your whole ass out here and go get on a fat bitch. Fuck you talking about?
All right.
Weak ass dude.
Yeah, I think Charles. I wouldn't be surprised if they get up to 5, but yeah, I think Charles can get to 6. And you talk about a team that, because I still think Detroit's a bad matchup for them. I really do. I don't think they can beat Detroit's a bad matchup for Charlotte.
For Charlotte,
but,
sure.
I think so. But
they can beat everybody else in the East.
But if they're the 6, you talk about the Knicks would move heaven and earth. If they lost in the first round to the Charlotte Hornets, they would move heaven and earth to go get Giannis the next year. They I don't know what they'd have to do to get. You couldn't even they would get rid of their entire roster to go get Giannis. If they lost to the Hornets in round 1, oh my God. That would be unforgivable. I would love to see a 6-3 matchup, Hornets and Knicks. I'd love to see that. All right, let's go around the league real quick. Thunder beat the Knicks. That was on before the Bucks, 103-100. Couple good looks to win that game, or at least tie the game from Brunson, and I believe it was OJ Anunoby. Yeah. Right before the buzzer there. Hornets 118-89 over the Celtics. Sixers beat the Jazz. Blazers beat the Grizzlies. Pacers still getting that ass waxed every single night. 130-107. Clippers beat them. That's everything around the league. Sorry, I'm a little under the weather. Trying to get over it. Real quick, it is 1:30. Do you want to do the Magic City stuff or you want to wait?
No, you forgot the Celtics.
Oh no, I talked about the Celtics. I didn't say yeah. The Hornets beat the Celtics 118-89. Whoop that ass.
What Peyton Pritchard at? Give me the box score. What Peyton Pritchard at?
Let's see what Peyton Pritchard had.
Because they killed me in the comments, Chris King, about Peyton Pritchard. I said he was all right.
What 24 minutes tonight for Peyton Pritchard. 0 points, 2 rebounds, no assists, no steals, 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, minus turnovers.
And he had 0 against the Philadelphia 76ers on Sunday, too. So I'm just saying, Chris King, if he got 0 and then he got 25 against the Bucks, we're probably a G League team. Am I wrong?
Defensively, we're terrible.
And then he got 0 tonight again. Is that not all right?
Yes, Peyton Pritchard against this Philly, 27 minutes, 0 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 0-4 from the field, 0-4 from 3. He was out there running around like your boy AJ Green.
But if Malik
Beasley, there you go. This is AJ Green stats. Yes.
If Malik Beasley don't gamble, Malik Beasley probably the 6th man of the year last year too, because he had a way better year than Peyton Pritchard had. And Peyton Pritchard's just a benefit of riding off a back of a bunch of good basketball players, and that's why he's there. Kind of like how Draymond Green made all those All-Stars.
This page should be a Thursday. Now, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that the Pacers about to just come back and be all. You know, I promise I'm not.
Who's their
really
5?
Huh?
Who's their 5? He's stealing money in Milwaukee now.
No, Zubac, they 5.
Oh, okay. Their 5 is still the money in Milwaukee right now.
All right, let's wait. When the Bucks playing Saturday? Let's see. Saturday 8. All right, let's wait Saturday. Let's do the Magic City stuff then. Anything else you guys will get at? We'll put a pin on anything else you guys want to get at before we morning. All right, I'll take the silence as a no. We're all good. All right, I appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate all the super chats tonight, man. Nice crowd in here for a Wednesday evening late tip out of Milwaukee. Late tip on the East Coast, late finish for a bad basketball team. We appreciate you guys coming through as always. Again, I know because I saw the arena tonight, didn't look very full. I know there's a temptation to say, screw it. You know, we're done watching this team. And I understand that. You may not want to watch the Bucks as much as intently as you were, but come on in the room every single night. We'll be here. At least get your recap of what's going on with the Milwaukee Bucks. And also, I'm trying to tell you, you don't want to miss the Cream City crossover bracket challenge that we will throw out. We want some good participation in that. So every night, you don't worry, we're still gonna provide entertainment. Come on in the room. Tom Merrill's about to sell his tickets, proving he's not a bot. But come on in the room every single night. We'll be here. Again, you guys could have been in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate it greatly, tremendously, as always. Please, if you think that the Milwaukee Bucks can beat the Utah Jazz on Saturday night, hit that like button. If you think this season is absolutely over and the Milwaukee Bucks are cooked, hit that like button. If you think Giannis will not play, will no longer be a Milwaukee Buck after this season, hit that like button. Again, we appreciate all the like, follow, comments, all that good stuff. Appreciate you watching on Twitter as well. Appreciate the comments on Twitter, all that good stuff. Always forget my lines. What's next? Somebody tell me what's next. Feed me what's next. Oh, tell a friend, tell another friend about the Cream Cross. Is the best watch sports show on all of the land. This has been the.
Oh, he froze.
Oh, did I lose him?
Yeah, go ahead. Start from this.
This has been a Cream City Media Group production.
Chris King.
Justin.
If I am your enemy, it is only because I dare to tell you the truth. Don't take no wood nickels.